Is it weird to say that I'm freaking excited this Mercury retrograde? Why? Because there's a lot of happiness, hope, abundance after maybe some struggles, difficulties, and pain. Shameless Squad. I'm not playing with you. This is a good Mercury retrograde boo from people from your past, and this is shown in the asteroids. And there's so much in regards to mother archetypes, father archetypes, benevolent archetypes in these asteroid energies that I think there's going to be a lot of beautiful celestial bodies, babies that are helping you in the sky, everything like that. If you work with gods, goddesses, deities, all the damn things, I highly recommend to manifest some new things in regards of those tasks from the past that are like 85-90% done because it could reap some benefits and rewards, hon. So if you're new, what up? I'm Shamelessly Sexy Jackie Boo. I am an astrologer, psychic medium, spiritual entrepreneur, Reiki practitioner, sexual confidence coach, as well as a former certified sex therapist here. So this video today, I want to get into this with you, Shameless Squad, all about this Mercury retrograde. I'm going to have other videos in regards of all the retrogrades, what your focus is during this time, because we have four planets in the background and one asteroid in the background going retrograde during this time here. So make sure to smash subscribe, turn the notification bells on, everything like that. So then you get the shameless astrology tea in regards of what you need to know based on your rising sign, then your sun and moon, boo. Rising sign is more accurate here, okay? So couple things right off the bat. In this video, I'm going to go through the Sabian symbols that I think are important. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the degrees and numerology to give you all the information in the tea. We're going to talk about the asteroids that are like heavy hitters and bringing in this beautiful abundance, hope, and happiness blessings from the past that you're going to reap the rewards now, hopefully, or 6 months later. Again, timing. And astrology can be 6 months after the fact too, bro. So just pay attention to that. This is general astrology. I am not reading your natal nice blueprint, anything like that right off the bat here. If you are interested in learning more about astro sex, I have my program 1 and 2 launched, boo. We start in September, so consultation calls are open right away. Go to stayshameless.com and book your complimentary consultation right away. That way you can get your decks on time. And astro sex is 2 courses, community and coaching and consulting calls with programs, tons of pleasure work exercises, PDF astrology guides, as well as 3 exclusive oracle decks here. So definitely watch my podcast tab. I have a lot of different things in regards of astro sex, in regards of different videos and previews as well. I also have a video on Uranus and Gemini, so make sure you're watching that because I'm predicting a lot of people coming out during this time. So go back, watch that video here, Shameless Squad. So right off the bat, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with Mercury and Mercury retrograde just in general. A lot of people will say, this is sometimes blast from the past energy in regards to sex, love, intimacy, pleasure, exes, even friends, family members. And it is clear as day that this could be coming up for you. So you use discernment based on whether or not you want to connect with certain people here overall. I would just highly recommend be mindful of who's reaching out because if there are certain opportunities, you could potentially block a blessing in regards to some things with love or money because Mercury is making a sextile to Venus here overall. So I'm going to share with you the shameless tea about that. And Mercury retrogrades, it really depends on your astrological natal blueprint because if you're born during a Mercury retrograde, it may not affect you as much. This one will be affecting fixed signs more, namely Leo, then its sibling sign Aquarius, and then Taurus and Scorpio. Of course, Virgos are always going to feel Mercury retrograde. And of course, Geminis will be feeling this one more too because we have Venus and Gemini making this aspect in the chart as well. So this could be some good things. There's some good flowy, harmonious aspects. It does square the north and south nodes and some others, but it's more of a weaker influence. I really want to talk about the positive news from all of this, Shameless Squad, to really discuss these things with you. We have Mercury in Leo, which is fun, and this is inner child energy. This is joy. This is artistic. This is creative in regards to communication here overall when Mercury is in Leo. And we have Venus in Gemini. So again, this is more so chatty, witty banter, intellectual conversation, stimulation. Venus is the planet of love, money, sensuality too, and self-esteem. And Mercury is the planet of communication here and messages. So pay attention to all your accounts, your emails, your mail, everything like that, social media, when it comes to connecting with others. These both, starting off right off the bat, are at the 15th degree. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the 15th degree in numerology. This is a Gemini degree when it comes to astrology. The number 15 represents adaptability, individuality, creativity, practicality, ambitious energy, flexibility, harnessing one's talents with balancing out, taking steps towards goals. So I really love the undertones when it comes to this numerologically. We have this nice double whammy energy of Venus and Mercury communicating with us like, hey, there's some harmony here with this nice sextile flow, but you got to take action to move forward. They are also in divine masculine energies, signs, meaning fire sign and air sign here overall. I'm going to read to you the Sabian symbol specifically first, all about the 15th degree in Gemini. So this says two Dutch children talking. That's cute. Keyword. And I love that because Leo is all about, yeah, children, childhood, like child here. So I just love that that's coming up. And the keyword is clarification. This symbol speaks to vicarious sharing of experiences, planning, and the creative exploration of perceived possibilities and opportunities. The image of the two Dutch children talking alludes to a common tendency of individuals to seek out others who share similar backgrounds, values, interests, and their attempt to establish friendships and alliances that will build self-confidence and facilitate success. So I love that because Venus is also what you value here, and Leo is the confidence sign. On a practical level, this image can symbolize communications that may not be understood by others. It could represent behind-the-scenes discussions of a small group or clip in secret, confidential, or not open to the public. At its highest, this is the capacity for self-establishment in a variety of situations that could lead to highly developed human relations and social sensitivity. And at its lowest, clashness, separatism, or an inability to clearly communicate thoughts and ideas. And that's typical when it comes to Mercury retrograde. So just pay attention to that and be mindful of that with technology. Plan for extra travel time. Make sure you read any contracts that you're signing or, documenting on the dotted line. So this talks about this accent is on communication and talking things over. You may need to seek advice from someone who has experience with handling a situation you're trying to understand. And I said this in my Uranus and Gemini video. I'm going to talk about and do another video about all the planets that are currently in retrograde, Shameless Squad. But what I see is a lot of people, when there is retrograde, they tend to isolate rather than communicate. And I discussed this in my previous Uranus and Gemini video that when you're working on yourself, you need support, you need community, you need everything. So the whole like BS thing about you can't love yourself before you love anybody else, it's like that's crap, and research proves it in psychology here. So I just wanted to debunk that myth again on my channel for anyone that's new and hasn't heard me go off on a shameless tangent with that here. So this is really about communicating, clarifying, comprehending, and everything like that. The greatest advantage lies in being discreet and not repeating everything you hear. So watch out for gossip here as well. Now, let's look at Leo, the Sabian symbol at the 15 degrees here. A pageant, the keyword is demonstration. The theme is a moment of glory. The symbol speaks to pride and accomplishment and to the public display of the fruits of a cooperative group effort. The image of a pageant conceptualizes the magical moment of celebration and fellowship when every individual who has played even a minor role in a project feels himself whole and at one with every other member on the team. The emphasis in this symbol is on group excellence and the dramatic articulation of social ideals. At its highest, it represents self-esteem as a result of having made worthwhile and valuable contribution to the common good and welfare of the group. At its negative, it's bragging or boasting and crude pushiness onto other people, shaming and blaming. So again, if you're looking for astro sex community coaching, everything like that, to really focus on a group and work on some accomplishments and feeling really good together, definitely go to stayshameless.com because we are at Mercury retrograde, and I also think this is going to be a beautiful time for a lot of people to learn about their astrological natal blueprint. We start in September here, and it's just showing up in the Sabian symbols, so I have to mention it. The opportunity lies in encouraging everyone to take some part in achieving a common goal. Be supportive and willing to look over minor mistakes while people are learning and developing their skills. The risk is guard against letting perfectionism or your desire to win to overcome your obligation to others. Don't brush aside or exclude those whose abilities or knowledge don't meet your standards yet. So there's a lot of things that are playing out with this. This is the Sabian symbol. I have this linked in my Amazon affiliate link shop down below, I believe, with a lot of my oracle decks, books and tools and resources that I use for astrology, psychic tarot, mediumship, all the things. So I probably could update that as well. Let's talk about some other things here just in regards to the aspects. I took notes because I was like, I don't want to forget all of this, and I'm a Friends fanatic, so let me know if you like Friends too down below. I literally wish like they had birth charts like me and my like friends here on planet Earth have been like, oh, Phoebe's such a Pisces, but maybe even an Aries because she's kind of feisty, or maybe even Capricorn because she's kinky, or a Scorpio. So we just like go off on shameless astrology tangents. It was really fun. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below if you have any ideas about that because I love Friends. The end. So we have Mercury sextiling Venus, which is communicating, and Mercury is the messenger god. Venus is all about love, money, self-esteem, what you value, and it's in Leo, Mercury is. So this is creative energies, date nights, chatting. This could also be how you make money, new conversations about this, childlike fun or play, things that you did in the past, and this might come up during Mercury retrograde from somebody, kind of even an artsy vibe, or if you're very creative, because it is in the sign of Leo here, okay? With Mercury aspects, it trines. We're going to talk about a couple different asteroids, Siva and Diana, and there's no aspects hitting it. I don't know why on Astro Gold I couldn't get it, so user error probably over here. But Siva is the destroyer. It's the rebuilder, and it's what we destroy in order to rebuild ourselves and recreate oneself here. Then Diana is daughter of Jupiter, which is child-free, marriage-free, and it's really certain things what you run from in life and what is kind of difficult maybe to pin down. So Mercury is trining Siva and Diana here overall. Then also trying Ceres in the first. With Ceres is all about receiving mode. It's a mother archetype. It's really how we nurture oneself, but also like how we might need to learn to pamper and nurture ourselves a little bit more. We also have it sextiling Ceres, Ops, and Isis here overall. And Ceres is sorcery, transmutation. It's an asteroid that can really use magic, but it can also be disillusionment when it comes to other people as well. But it is assisting others through magic here specifically. Then we also have it sextiling Isis, which is the Egyptian goddess here overall, mother of the gods. This is all about what you want to really grow here. And like it's things maybe felt like they were pulled apart here, but what can you put back together here? This also discusses breakups or breakthrough. So this could be something where maybe you broke up with somebody in the past, they might be coming back around here. Like that's on point for Mercury retrograde. Or depending on what house it lands in based on your rising sign. And if you check your sun and moon, those could be some underlying stories for you. And then we have it also sextiling Ops, which is right next to Venus. And Ops is the mother of Jupiter. So it's really interesting. We have the daughter of Jupiter. We have Ops as the mother of Jupiter, who is the wife of Saturn. So we have two benefics in this game here overall of Mercury retrograde. But Ops is the goddess of abundance, Shameless Squad. And so this is telling us happier times are ahead, and Venus is supporting this, and all these other asteroids are supporting this with a mini trine here between the two, or a T-square trine thing between the two. If I effed it up, my bad, boo. But like a trine and sextile, so there's like a mini triangle happening going on here. And this is hope and happiness after a lot of pain that has occurred overall. So I'm going to pull up the chart here, share my screen, everything like that. Then we will talk about all 12 rising signs astrology fortunes here. We will take it one sign at a time. Like I said, watch your ascendant or your rising sign. That's going to be most accurate to you. Your ascendant is the sign in your astrological blueprint that is over here on the ascendant horizon, specifically overall, Shameless Squad. And it is something where that is when the sun was ascending when you were born. So your sun sign is different here specifically. So let's like do some green because abundance, money, love. Okay. So let's get into this. Aries rising here. Okay. So you're going to be doing this Mercury retrograde in Leo in your fifth house. This is childhood, inner child healing. This is date nights, romance, creativity here specifically. Local dating in communities and neighborhoods from the 5th to the 3rd look very supportive and flowy with Venus. If you are single, partnered, have multiple partners here, this is also a really great luck house here. So is there something from the past, even aunts, uncle, nieces, nephews, cousins, siblings, money, or a gig that you did maybe in the local community third house? If you are an entrepreneur of some sort of money or contract that was not paid out and now you're getting it, maybe because you have ops here supporting that, and also these other gods and goddesses, asteroids here specifically with Xerxes and Isis. And some of you might be manifesting a lot of money in local neighborhoods, communities with Xerxes, the sorcerer energy. And then we have Isis. This is like this breakthrough moment where you might connect with like-minded souls, people here. This could also be extended family members who might actually say, hey, I want to connect you with others. And it brings you some sort of money here, maybe even love specifically. And there's a nice flowiness where you move forward with this with Mercury retrograde. Then you also have, this is also looking back to those people too, and they might be coming back and reaching out to you overall. Then you have, then you have Ceres in the first house, which is nurturing yourself, mothering yourself, and it's making this beautiful trine. So, how can you mother yourself with maybe how you talk to yourself or communicate to yourself or that inner child and who you've grown up to be here overall and how you've taken the lead and initiated with life, with this being an Aries? Is there anything that you needed if you are a mother that you want to be able to tell your children, or a parent here overall, vice versa? Is there something that you needed to hear from a parent or whatever, or extended family member growing up? And maybe they're going to give you some sort of beautiful communication between the three of like, wow, you turned out so great. Wow, you're a wonderful parent. Wow, you are just such a great, loving, nurturing person here with this hanging out in your first house. Okay. So there could be some things around that with some themes here, but expect a lot of happiness and hope with third house matters, with Venus here and ops supporting this overall. This is social media, marketing, sales. Could you get money from something, a contract that you did in the past, a legal agreement here with Mercury, or maybe a legal agreement with Mercury and signing on the dotted lights? This is also a car here specifically, transportation. There could be something about that here overall. Are you going to buy a car? Does something look better than, may seem here? Then you have Diana here, and then you have, that was really great. And then you have Siva right here. So Siva is the destroyer. It's like, what are we like burning down to build it back up is kind of that energy, and recreating yourself with this. And Diana is like, what is it that you are running from? And this is with your ninth to the fifth house stories connected here, because this is a nice trine that is flowing here overall. So this is something where you might be rebuilding something in regards of, maybe you're going back to school and maybe you never thought you would, and you're like reviewing that. Maybe you are destroying or letting go of a relationship in regards of like a guide, a guru, or a mentor, or you're finding a brand new one since it is a nice trine, flowy aspect, and you take action here. Are you letting go and shedding a old belief system here with ninth house matters, higher education, beliefs, philosophies here overall? Are you going to be going on some sort of trip or whatever, long distance trip travel, and catching wind of like a really great opportunity in the next 6 months? Those are the storylines that I can really see play out for you. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, definitely let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like this video, help the channel grow. Definitely go to stayshameless.com if you are interested in learning Astro Sex with me. Astro Sex 1 is all about how to work on your sexual confidence, and by learning your natal blueprint through Astro Sex, and in regards of healing oneself, healing one's lessons. And healing can mean, wow, I learned this thing in this course. Healing oneself could be like, wow, I did this pleasure work exercise. Healing oneself could just be like, oh my gosh, I had a great conversation in this community here overall. So I'd love to have you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, as well as Astro Sex 2, is you becoming a master Astro Sex astrologer before 2026 here, so you can do these readings for others. I teach you also how to open up your own business. And we go through a lot of celebrity, scandalous birth charts here where I spill all the tea on LGBTQ plus placements, BDSM, kinks, sex scandals, and more. So would love to see you there, Aries. Mm. Taurus, sun, moon, rising. Forgive me, I needed to take a little sip of my tea here and coat the throat with some honey. So maybe you need to do that because clearly it's shown up for you for some reason. Here's your storyline. Okay, Taurus. You have Mercury retrograde going on in your fourth house here overall. Are you creating better stories and narratives when it comes to maybe generational wounding patterns with mothers? And this could have been hidden in your psyche here overall. And now you're hearing something really good. Are you moving forward with a past life wound and a connection here? Are you receiving news from family members, friends, loved ones, chosen family? Maybe from far out distant shored lands here, even. And are you receiving some sort of pen pal? Are you finding a long lost, mother or family member here, specifically with 12th house being far off distant shores, lands, and there's this nice flowy energy? Are you going to visit someone in the next 6 months or the future here? Is there something in your family lineage that you're really going to receive some sort of helpful communication on overall? Are you potentially going to move, far off distant shores, lands here to a place that feels nurturing on mind, body, soul level, rocky, warmer climate here, where it's definitely sunny and hot, where we have these fire sign energies? You might catch wind of an opportunity with that. Now, we have Venus in your second house, Taurus, which we probably love. You love Venus. Venus is your ruling planet. It is your house. It is comfortable AF here. This is a lot of money in your house and opportunities of things that you really sorcery, create, transmute, do magical spells, rituals, prayer, however you manifest. Taurus, I feel like this is a really great time for you to be manifesting more money, working with different deities, gods, goddesses, even Venus, Isis, as well as Ops here to bring in that happily ever after. Is there some sort of money potentially from a family member that's coming in here overall, and you potentially move forward with that idea? Is someone giving you money, sending you money here overall, even from far off distant shores, lands, and then also people that are present in your day-to-day life, in your family? Past, present, chosen, doesn't have to be biological, although it can be too. With Circes in the second house, are you reviewing like a budget here? Are you learning how to budget? Are you learning how to take, role action on control of your finances? And do you potentially work with somebody here overall and sign some sort of contract, like a family business here, even that might be helping you with money stories here specifically? This is something that you're kind of planning on putting together here when it comes to this with Isis. And maybe for some of you, if because you got Venus over here, love, money in your house here, right? And sensuality. This is something where you might be looking at planning with other people, partners here. Are you planning on buying a future home here overall, moving here overall? And this is maybe with somebody that you need to talk about finances with. Ops does bring you a happily ever after ending with this. So this is where, there's a lot of abundance and money that comes in and hope and happiness. So there are people at far off distant shores, lands. There's family here that do want to support this divine flow energy here. So I would say keep your head up with this. You also have Diana and Siva in your ninth or your eighth house here, which so this is your sibling sign energy, which Scorpio rules, the eighth house overall, but this is in Sagittarius here with the current astrology. And this is making those trines to Mercury. So you have an 8-4 story here overall. So are there family members like that are also sending you money here? Are they trying to have you rebuild some sort of gains with finances? Could this be some sort of tax return from the past here? Could this also be something that you potentially run away from is money management or a, family member maybe trying to like connect with you here, and there's this nice trine to discuss certain things overall. So expect better family relationships, maybe even an opportunity around money, around a loan, mortgages, banks, investments may be taken off or slowly building up some money with these asteroids being smaller bodies in the sky. So I would just pay attention to that Taurus sun, moon, rising sign here. Okay. Let me know it resonates down below. Like this video, drop me a comment, help the channel grow, completely free to you. And make sure to check out Astro Sex 1 and 2 if you want to be able to work on your sexual confidence, everything like that, and your relationships, your intimacy, your pleasure here, your sexual self care overall, and learn how to read for others before 2026 here specifically. Would love to have you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising sign here. Cheers. Okay. Geminis, how y'all doing? Gemini boo, let's talk about you. I did the video about Uranus and your sign here. How are you holding up with that overall? You definitely need to check out that video. That's going to be impacting you the most for the next 8 years, specifically in regards of your identity. I did one specifically all about sexual energies and relationships. So go back, don't skip it. It's a good one, full of free content for you on YouTube. So definitely check it out. So you're doing this Mercury retrograde in your third house of you here, which you are no stranger to, and it's in Leo. So are you receiving phone calls, text messages, communications from family members, aunts, uncles, nieces, cousins, siblings, nephews here, local neighborhoods, communities about a contract here, or even from a ally benefactor here overall that maybe wants to bring you some sort of wish fulfillment, dream, hope, manifestation? This is supportive communities that really want to nurture you in some sort of way. This could be sales, this could be writing, this could be online social media marketing. That could really be great for you to focus on right now, Gemini. You could see a pop of something with this during this time. And this could also be money that people from the past could be giving back to you. So, yay for that. With the storyline of Venus making the sextile to Mercury from the first to the third, it's about you. This could also be, someone reaching out to you about, hey, do you want to go out on that date in that local community, restaurant, neighborhood, that walk, whatever, and let's talk, that pottery spot, whatever it is, right? This is like someone potentially asking you out on a date here specifically because there is also love here, but there's also money here. So they could even be treating you a little bit here specifically. With Xerxes and sorcery, as well as Isis and Ops here, Xerxes really wants you to be able to assist others in your local neighborhoods, communities, neighborhoods, everything like that, but also like assist yourself when it comes to love and when it comes to money. Like this is screaming, put yourself out there, maybe even online dating world. And Isis is also like this could be a breakthrough moment here and also a nice little pop off and like, wow, this is shocking. This is exciting. I feel like with Isis's energy, I don't feel like this is any breakups because this is an all flowy aspect. So again, pay attention to your personal blueprint with what's going on in the sky. With Ops and the mother Jupiter right next to Venus here, this is like people like coming towards you, Gemini. So this is where you might have a lot of hope and happiness in regards of maybe sales, community, online dating here, and people really cheering you on during this time, Gemini. This is a big transformation that is happening here. So you have the first 11 and third house story. So I see you really putting yourself out there more and more. When it comes to the seventh house of relationships, marriage, business partnerships, people you hire on for things here overall, this is making a trine to Mercury. So, are you hiring on someone that you know in your local neighborhood community here to help with seventh house matters, help with a business, a contract, legal negotiations, marriage, a therapist, a coach, a sexual wellness, something with this being a house of sexuality with marriage too here, depending on the relationship. So this could be something that, what is it that you are potentially running away from? You are safe to move forward with this, hiring out whatever it might be. It's going to take off when you move forward with it with Sagittarius here. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of beautiful spiritual insights and divine wisdom that you gain from maybe these local conversations. And even you might think about like marriage here as well. Or could you also be going to like a support group for marriage or a support group for something with business partners here, or just getting out there more in the community. This is also, are you rebuilding yourself, and are you questioning, like, do I even want kids or marriage? And I feel like a lot of you are going to gain a lot of insight by slowing down this Mercury retrograde with what is it that you want? And, are you also running away from something when it comes to relationships, sexuality, wanting kids, legal contracts, negotiations, business partnerships? So this is a packed house, but there is going to be a lot of insight gained with this trine here specifically. So, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. If you need any help with any of that info with relationships, I feel like Astro Sex would be so good for you. StayShameless.com. Check it out. 1 and 2. First one is all about healing yourself. Second one is all about helping others. So, definitely make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, help the channel grow. Let me know what resonates with you and how you're feeling about this Mercury retrograde video too. This will be affecting you. So, definitely come back and save this video. Cheers, Gemini. Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. How are you doing, Cancers? I'm recording this. Oh my God, it's 444. July 15th at 444 when I check the clock here. So maybe you're seeing that a lot. Very beautiful. Or maybe that's your birth angel. I know it's mine. So, Cancers, happy freaking birthday. Let me know how your birthday has been here overall. Um, Cancer risings specifically, you're doing this Mercury retrograde in your second house here. So this is money, this is love, self-esteem. Are you talking to yourself in a way that attracts more money to you, or love, or self-worth here? With Venus in the 12th to the 2nd, this is mental health, the psyche. This is also self-love and money. Is there something from far off distant shores lands where it's like money is flowing to you, or clients, audience, marketplace here from the 2nd to the 12th specifically? Someone from the past may be paying you some sort of money here. For a lot of you, I would say pay attention to your dreams, your sleep, your habits, your rituals. I could also say, this is a work house here, so I could see you working a lot, and your sleep is going to be very important. You might get some divine downloads with Xerxes of transmutation and sorcery here. You might be a spiritual healer, assisting others with spirituality and enlightenment. You might be inclined to work with Isis here to help you put together what you want. And there could be some sort of shock, awe, surprise here with Venus, with love and money stories, and with ops that's going to make you really happy within the 12th house specifically overall. This is like your mood changing and maybe things being pretty difficult over some time here, but after some loss or pain, like, this is also hidden abundance here. And I feel like it is coming in the form of love and money here, where you're going to experience this from people, from distant shores, lands, spaces, places here. And it really is going to be impacting your career. Look at my beautiful triangle, because you also have Xerxes in the 10th house, which is nurturing, the mother archetype, the goddess, and you're really taking leadership action on any goals here specifically. So I would say really be mindful of balancing this Mercury retrograde here overall. Pay attention to your sleep, any insights, spiritual insights that you get in downloads, apply them, move forward and take action with this. And like slow and steady wins the race. This could also be something that you're looking back from the past with and moving forward overall. And it's going to bring you a lot of career gains here, but there's a lot of insight. Dream journaling about this. You could be receiving, again, lots of divine downloads, angel numbers, signs from your team here. So even ask them for that in your dreams, because you have a packed 12th house here specifically. Now, with Mercury in the second house and in the sixth house of work, services, things you give to others, pence, routines, mindset, you have this trine flowing over here from the 2nd to the 6th specifically. And we have Siva and we have Diana. So Diana is all about, again, what is it that you run from in regards of maybe these areas of your life, your day-to-day routines, your coworkers, your colleagues here, services you give others. And Siva is all about rebuilding these different routines and patterns in order to recreate oneself here. So are you going to invest in some sort of wellness plan, gym, fitness, routine here with Sagittarius? Are you doing leg day at the gym or dancing more and getting the legs more involved? Are you building up muscle in those areas specifically? Are you going to be starting some sort of new job opportunity contracts here and it actually works really nice, but you're just getting kind of used to this stuff here and maybe there needs to be some conversations in regards of bosses, coworkers, colleagues of like what you are good at and what you aren't good at and what you were hired for. I see that going in your favor here. So just be honest about it with this trine. It's a nice flowy aspect here specifically, especially with money matters here in the second house and what you value doing and giving. For those of you that are in your own business here, this could also be what is it that you might potentially be thinking about taking action on with your day-to-day routines, tasks, maybe a new schedule here with all these stories. So, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. If you are interested in Astro Sex 1 or 2, go to stayshameless.com. Make sure to book your complimentary consultation with me. And I would love to be able to be a resource for you with all the damn things and chat about what we are doing moving forward here. So 90% off by 2025 here, 5 figures of a program, 90% off. So get in ASAP so I can send you your decks right away. Hey, baby. Cheers, Cancers. I love you. Happy birthday. Mm. Okay. Leos, sun, moon, rising sign here. So, Leos, you are the star of the show. Mercury going in your first house here. You, your identity, your ego, how you show up, how you express yourself. Are you going to be communicating some sort of new thing here specifically with what you're doing, where you're moving forward in life here overall? Is there some sort of contract that's coming in for you here with some changes specifically? From an ally or a benefactor in the 11th house here that wants to help make some sort of wish, dream, hope come true for you. That could definitely be it. Could you potentially be moving in the next 6 months off of this and rethinking about it with where really nourishes my soul? Or do I want to hire a mentor, a guide, a guru, someone who can help me spiritually at this time, who could maybe be like a motherly figure to me to nurture myself, to have a beautiful healing connection here. And I see this going really well in your favor with this trine here in order to help pin down some new spiritual beliefs or travel or create some new philosophies here overall. Some of you, this could be a contract for a higher education, school, going back, teaching a course, university, taking a course, or just taking a course. In general here overall. And signing on the dotted line, it's go time. Woohoo! So you'll have to let me know. Now, Venus is in your 11th house. This is beautiful here. She loves it here. This is a lot of women who potentially could be helping you during this time, helping you with your manifestations, your rituals, what actually you want moving forward, and bringing you the happy abundance energy. So, right now, more than ever, Leos, I feel like is a great time for you specifically, of course, because it's in the sign of you. Do these manifestation rituals if there's some sort of trip, travel, higher education, course, teaching that you want to be able to take or do, and allow people to really help you with this here overall. Allies, benefactors, could give you money, could say, oh my God, I love that for you. Oh my gosh, maybe you don't have like money for that right now. Can I donate to something like this, right? There's a lot of helpers here that really want to show you whatever you want to manifest and create. There's magic in the 11th house really supporting you. This is an energy to take advantage of. So write it down, manifest it. Anything that maybe you haven't done in the past that you're like, okay, the energies are flowier during this retrograde. This is showing me you really need to be around a community of support during this time here overall with whatever it is that you're trying to attract, with this being a lot of like friendships and groups and community social circles. Now, you got 1 to 5 story with this trine here, this trine here specifically. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at how I'm drawing. Leos with Siva and Diana. So Siva again, what is it that you might be destroying that you kind of feel maybe comfortable of letting go when it comes to romance, dating, creativity, entrepreneurial pursuits, pleasures? Are you letting go of an idea of, wow, I really actually don't want to be married or have children, especially with this being like a sex, dating, romance hookup house with Shiva and Diana there? And you kind of have maybe this aha moment of, that actually feels really good for me, because then I won't have time to maybe manifest or create or do these things that are for my higher self or hopes, dreams, wishes here. For a lot of you, what is it that you might be running from that you might be coming back around to this retrograde season? Maybe it is you do want kids. Maybe it is you do want to be a parent here. Maybe it is you do want to date, you do want marriage, or you do want to go back around, to that person person from the past maybe that's coming back here. This is a nice tiny flow for it. So really take advantage of these energies, take things one step at a time. A lot of you might be healing an inner child here too when it comes to some things, or doing something very creative here overall, Leo, since this is the house of you specifically. So I feel like inside of you, you're really going to want to be doing a lot of creation and moving forward with your manifestations. And it's okay to like plant those seeds now and really reflect and dive deep with Mercury here. And there could be even people who are telling you you'd be so great at this, or did you hear about this course or thing, or a guide or a teacher, someone from the past like telling you about something, or a friend, and it's like, okay, the telephone game, and then like all three of you hop on a call, right? And maybe this is something that you're like, wow, I've been running away from doing this here specifically, but I want to do it, or I want to create that, or I want to take that, or I want to move forward with maybe running away from certain things here and now feels better for it. So, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, let me know what resonates in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, help the channel grow. Always appreciate when you do. We're almost in your season, Leo, too. So, let me know when you are celebrating your birthday. Happy early birthday. Let me know what you're doing too in the comments below. Cheers, Leo. Again, AstroSex 1 and 2, discounted 90%. StayShameless.com/AstroSex. Check it out. Or just book that one on one consultation with me. Hit the description box, more, dot, dot, dot. It is right there. First link. Hey, baby. Can't wait to chat with you soon, Leos. Mm. Okay, Virgos. Needed my last sip there. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign here. So you are going to be doing Mercury Retrograde. 12th house. So this is past lives, messages, enlightenment, spirituality. This is far off distant shores, lands. Um, this is also mental well-being, mental health, wellness here. This is the psyche, the subconscious. Is there going to be some sort of like spiritual aha enlightenment moment here that you are going to really learn about, especially with this trine to the eighth with occult wisdom, and maybe apply something to career matters that bring you like love and money? Do you meet someone, from a far off distant shore land here in a similar career path? And wow, there's kind of this very past life connection or nurturing sense of this relationship. Like, have we been here before? And chances are that you potentially have here. So I love this storyline for you. It's very different, Virgos, compared to the other signs. And I really think this is something that for those single Virgos out there, you may really enjoy this specifically. And for those that are also looking for those connections, or maybe even, be it friendships in areas of nurturing your spiritual practice, occult wisdom, or even like finding some sort of accountant or tax or financial advisor, there could be some backdoor negotiations, contracts, and deals here that go really well here for investing. And no, this is not financial advice. This is just what's going on. Could you have money come back from the past, or an inheritance from maybe a motherly figure here, and you're signing on the dotted line, or someone in your family that you had no idea about, since 12th is hidden and 8th is secretive. Now, with the sextile from Venus from the 10th to the 12th, there could be a lot of career gains here with what is it you want and what do you need to let go of in order to have this love and money of maybe like a dream job that can bring you more financial freedom, abundance to do whatever, and maybe take some time out here overall. This is more of the career spiritual houses for you here. So, are you a spiritual entrepreneur? Are you looking into Reiki, occult wisdom, mysteries, astrologies, working with different asteroids, deities, gods, goddesses, tarot, crystals, qigong? Like, there's so many things. Are you looking into psychology and how the mind works here, and thinking about some of these things specifically and trying to figure out what is it that I would love if I got to tie the two together here in some sort of career here? But there are a lot of career gains specifically for you. Mercury in the 12th is trining the fourth house of Isis and Diana. So, what is it that maybe you haven't done in the past that now can be set up really good for a trine in the future of maybe this nice, harmonious, flowy energy? Fourth house is past lives. This is past generational wounding patterns, family. This is the house of the mother here too. Were you running away from maybe a mother wound in the past here overall? Did mom not want you as a child, Virgo? Is that a storyline that played out in your life and it like destroyed your relationship? Are you rebuilding some sort of, relationship with a motherly figure here specifically is a long lost family member, even potentially from a distant shore land, going to reach out to you with this trine here specifically. So you'll have to let me know what plays out with this, Virgos. Very different energy, sun, moon, rising sign. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. Help the channel grow. Definitely smash subscribe too if you're interested in Astro Sex 1 or 2. Definitely go to stayshameless.com and book that complimentary consultation, okay? Would love to have you, Virgos. Okay. Libras, sun, moon, rising sign. Let's talk about you. So you got Mercury retrograde in the 11th house here. So Mercury, the messenger, communication god, and this will be for hopes, dreams, wishes, something you did from the past, allies, benefactors, partnerships, just people. And you are the partnerships house here. So is there a motherly figure from the past that's trying to come back around or help you with some sort of career gain here? Is there someone that wants to nurture you and you go out on dates with them from the 11th to 7th here? Overall, that it's more about like a marriage and love story for some of you specifically. Is this a great like client audit marketplace, contract negotiation? You know, this is the house of therapists here. You hiring on somebody to help you communicate, or even like something with sales, writing, marketing, selling, and this being some sort of business deal, contract negotiation, or agreement here. There's nice flowy energy. With this, making a sextile to Venus in the ninth here, this is all about like your thoughts and your communications, your belief systems when it really comes to spirituality, your philosophies. And you may actually be doing some different magical spells here, be it magic, manifestation, rituals. You might be inclined to look into this a little bit more. And you might also be calling on different gods, goddesses, deities, or looking at who to work with specifically on your spiritual team, and maybe even hiring a healer for that with the 7th, ninth, 11th guides, gurus, mentors, someone to really coach you through to help you understand these different stories here. This is also higher education. Are you going back to school, university, signing on, the dotted line of a contract agreement? Are you teaching, something here specifically? Are you in the next 6 months wanting to travel someplace? And are you doing like some sort of couples retreat here or something in regards of that where groups of people can come together overall? With ops here, it wants to bring you some sort of wish fulfillment and really like this happiness and an abundance. And Venus here also wants you to have this higher love and this octave here specifically being it is in the ninth, but also this stepping into your higher sense of self, higher self when it does come to money here as well. Um, with ops here and Venus here and Xerxes here, your love and your money stories could just get much better. You could just really feel happier, more joyous, more hopeful for the future. You are really looking at a daytime chart here. So when you have the daytime chart stuff going on, that's like good, like happiness, success here overall. Now, you have Mercury from your 11th house making a trine to the third house to Siva and Diana. Siva being the destroyer, rebuilding oneself, recreating oneself, and Diana being what you run from or run away with here. This is the house of aunts, uncles, nieces, cousins, siblings, nephews here. This is communities, local neighborhoods, short distance trips here overall. Have you been putting off a short distance trip, with a friend here and they're going to come back around and say, hey, let's go do that. Okay. And then you plan it in the next 6 months. Is this, friend groups coming back around, communicating with you? Let's get together. Let's catch up. Let's, move forward. Let's make a plan. Let's set a date, right? And this is meeting lots of people out and about to maybe understand if you've had this recreation or a sense of purpose here from the 11th, and maybe people are trying to play catch up, Libras, with your life here, what you've been up to. This is a lot of opportunities for connecting here. So just pay attention to that. Watch out for that. Make sure you're connecting with people during this time. I feel like it's going to be very beneficial to you here, as well as just your firm foundations with relationships and friendships. So Libra, Sun, sun, moon, rising sign. Let me know what resonates down below. Help the channel grow. Definitely like this video, share it with a friend, and save it too to let me know how you're feeling about these energies or what comes up for you. Love you, Libras. Definitely check out Astro 1 and 2 if you are interested in that too, boo. Scorpios. Hmm. Okay. Scorpio, sun, moon, rising. How are you? Let's talk about this. Mercury retrograde, 10th house here in Leo. Are you creating some sort of job opportunity from something that you did in the past and now it's like moving forward and it feels really good with Leo? Are you the star of the show in some sort of career endeavor, doing something new, having some sort of agreement here specifically? I do see your work changing a lot, but it's in a more flowy, happy energy with Xerxes here, the mother, the nurturer, the archetype here. You could have nurturing coworkers, colleagues here overall, or even bosses here who are really looking out for you and your benefit here specifically. It's almost like they want to give you something by you also giving back here overall. So really pay attention to your work. This could also be money from the past coming back to you from previous jobs or careers here, things that you did overall specifically, and this might even, give you some time to now move forward in these future career endeavors that you really love. So, this is a lot of career energy, a great opportunity to start something new here specifically, and make sure that. It is something that you really enjoy, that you love doing, and it's almost like nourishing yourself in these career endeavors here overall. Now, you got this sextile to Venus in the eighth house here with these career stories. Are you learning anything about occult wisdom, astrology, sexuality, mysteries of the universe, Reiki, crystals, tarot, all this different like spiritual occult wisdom knowledge here specifically overall? A lot of you would benefit to really focus in on those areas in regards to your career because it's going to nurture you in the future with this here too over the next 6 months here with conversations that you might have with others. Now, this is your house, Scorpio. So, this is also other people's money. You could be receiving lots of clients, and this nice flow of money across career gains, also coworkers, colleagues. And it's kind of like by you with Mercury here, communications, calls, connections, nurturing others, coworkers, colleagues, people you work for, things that you do, and Venus here nurturing, and Xerxes down there nurturing yourself. It's just this nice flow of energy here where you're going to get a lot of money from whatever it is that you're doing. You may be doing money spells, manifestations here. Isis is really asking you, what is it that you need to let go of for good in order for you to have more money, abundance, and success, and a lot of happiness? There's something secret that I think you're going to really figure out over this Mercury retrograde. So give yourself some time to really reflect and slow down with your career endeavors because this is a huge career story for you. You have all the money houses in here, Scorpio. Okay. So you have Mercury making a trine to Diana and Shiva in the second house. This is your money, what you value here overall in regards of making a trine to the 10th of careers. Are there certain things where you are going to now have this better time to move forward on a better career endeavor with a contract to maybe build up some sort of savings, finances here overall with Shiva, since maybe there could have been a lack of finances or it being destroyed, or Diana maybe being afraid to move forward with this brand new endeavor and changing some things up here. No matter what, whatever you do, Scorpio, I really feel like this is a beautiful opportunity for you to make a lot of money here overall. So it's really about, having this nice strategy, like being able to understand what you truly value. And I think you're going to be spending your money more wisely here, specifically on things that can benefit your career, as well as others because of the coworkers, colleagues here specifically, others, people's money. And you might be looking into investing or a savings account that might be a little bit more secret or something that's more here. And you're going to think back, wow, I'm so glad that I did that later because now this stash of stuff is building here specifically. So I see a rebuild for you with your money, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Congratulations. Love that for you. Let me know what resonates in the comments below. If you're interested in Astro Sex 1 and 2, stayshameless.com. Definitely eighth house stories that we just talked about makes sense for you. Check it out. Book your complimentary consultation too. I love you and make sure to stay tuned for more, okay? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Mercury retrograde is going on in the ninth house, which is your house, far off distant shores, lands, communications, spiritualities, enlightenment. Are you going to hire on some sort of guru, guide, a mentor, and something that brings you into some sort of dharmic purpose that you really want, but you're not sure how to get there? Careful of overthinking is what I want to say to you right off the bat with anything that you're creating here. Are you going to take a course of study? Are you going to teach something? What is it that you're really trying to do in regards of belief systems, philosophies, spirituality, or things of that sort here, Sagittarius? You have this nice trine from Mercury from your fifth to the ninth house here. Creative endeavors, entrepreneurial activities, your joy, your happiness. I feel like there's a lot of happiness and abundance coming in overall. And this could even be for healing yourself or inner child or things that need to be healed from maybe a mother wound. Overall, with Xerxes being a mother, that maybe you need to tell yourself here because maybe you won't ever get that, but there is some sort of nurturing that could be going on and happening here overall, specifically, and being in receiving mode and open to that help or anything. There's a nice flow specifically when it comes to that. So I see you doing really well with that overall. This could also be creating new date nights, or you might be planning a far off distance trip, shores, lands in the next 6 months here to move forward. Things of that sort here as well. Some of you, you could also become pregnant off of this. Congratulations, you could be pregnant, or even after the next 6 months. So just be mindful of that with the mother in this house, okay? Now, with Mercury making a sextile to Venus in your seventh here, this is really looking at what is it that you are creating here. Everything I touch turns to gold, sorcery, wizard, or that kind of energy, like transmutation. How can you really assist others during this time? Seventh house is love, it's marriage, it's business partnerships, it's contracts, it's negotiations, it's agreements, it's people you hire on for services. It's also the house of healers here as well, specifically therapists for relationships and intimacy, sex, love, romance here. And you have Mercury also in guides, gurus, mentors. So I think some of you are really going to be going to therapy in the next 6 months, potentially off of this, maybe healing some mother wounds patterns, or marriages here. Oh my gosh, I am like my mother, or I am like my father here. And it's like this aha moment and epiphany specifically here overall. Healing is going to be really good for you during this time for any of you that really do need that. I see you finding a very great supportive person. And you also, by healing yourself, you also do receive more money from people in negotiations, contracts, and agreements because you're kind of learning this self-love narrative in regards of the fifth house being like Leo's house sign, like of self-love, of self-confidence, and that playing out in many other areas of your life, namely marriage or long-term commitments, business partnerships, contracts, negotiations, working on your mind, working on stepping into your highest self and tackling into that all that into whatever you are creating here. With Venus here as well, some of you could get married. Congratulations. For others of you, maybe you're renewing vows. Maybe you're going to be open in a polyamorous relationship and you're like, wow, wanted to try this more. With Isis, this is asking you, what do you need to let go of here in order to move forward into something that's much better? Like, what do you need to break up with in order to have a breakthrough with here, right? So again, taking things one step at a time, putting things back together here overall. And I love that she's like the stair symbol here because it's taking things one step at a time and not rushing the process. Venus does want to bring you money here with it in the sign. Venus is only here for a little bit longer, so take advantage of these energies right away. and it will bring you to some sort of abundance, happiness. Maybe it is marriage, congratulations. Maybe it is first time going to therapy, congratulations. Maybe it is, a new connection, a partnership, a business contract here where it does bring you a lot of happiness and hope and success. So I would say don't sleep on these energies, take things one step at a time, and make sure that you are honing in on all these things that we talked about in order to take this action and move forward in these areas. You have Mercury making a trine to Siva and Diana in the first house. First house is you, your identity, your ego, different things here. And Mercury really wants to communicate to you different types of new thought forms, beliefs, patterns. So you might be like shedding and releasing and letting go of certain things. And it's going to be like this nice flow energy of that, like, aha, okay, I'm recreating myself, my identity, who I am. Or maybe you are a healer here and this is something that's showing up for you. Or maybe you are like a teacher or a guide or a guru in your own right here, right? And you're kind of doing some things here overall. And it's kind of going to be nice to be like, okay, I don't always need to be running away from these things here, from first house, things within myself, fifth house, things for maybe inner childhood or romance or dating or creative entrepreneurial suits, seventh house, relationships, contracts, business partnerships, marriages, love, negotiations, therapists, ninth house, guides, gurus, mentors, long distance trips, travels, teaching. So it's like you no longer have to run away from these things. And I feel like really putting a solid, sturdy foundation into all of this is going to then help you really communicate to others what it is that you are moving forward with and taking action on. So, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, let me know what resonates in the comments below. Help the channel grow. Always like this video too. Smash subscribe, boo. And if you are interested in Astro Sex 1 and 2, it is 90% off at stayshameless.com. Book your complimentary consultation right away so we can get you the decks and all the things right away too. Cheers to you, Sagittarius, boo. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Cappies. I am a Capricorn rising. I am one of you. Let's talk Capricorns. How you been doing? Let me know in the comments below with all the retrogrades, all the damn things. Yeah, okay. Mercury retrograde is going on in your eighth house here. So this could be money coming back to you, an inheritance, a business loan, something from your past, like some sort of secretive money that you did not see coming here. This could also be, are you channeling the dead? Are you communicating? Are you looking into occult wisdom, knowledge, sex, different types of things specifically here overall? With the eighth to the fourth house trine here, this is like you potentially working from home and receiving money from other people here, right? With this fourth house energy, this is you potentially moving here as well, and it feeling like a really nice flow of energy back and forth in regards of being able to maybe have a spiritual practice, get a tax break, or something from the past. This could be potentially, are some of you working on channeling like past family members, generations, things of that sort. With Xerxes here, I do see you needing to spend some time at home and rest and rejuvenate when you are doing this work, because you also have an eighth, 12th, sixth, fourth house stories. So this is kind of your fourth house is ruled by Cancer, originally your sibling sign energy here, Capricorn, and you are the 10th. So this is something to pay attention to, with also eighth house stories with money that others might be giving to you, owed to you. And this could also be like maybe a motherly figure just giving you money over this retrograde season, or family or people from past specifically. Mercury is making a sextile to Venus in the sixth. So, coworkers, colleagues, day to day work, routines, pets, things of that sort here overall. Are there people from the past that that money is owed to you from? That could be it. Do you hear about a job opportunity from someone in the past that's a really great position? That could be it. Are you changing up your day to day routines with how you do work, especially if it is from home here, and taking time for self specifically? With Xerxes here, there's something that you are really trying to master, trying to manifest, and trying to really work on when it comes to all the services that maybe you're giving to others. And Isis really is asking you to kind of understand what is it that you really want to grow here when it comes to services given to others, the money you charge, or, the love that you might be pouring into other people during this time time here, okay? This is also, you might be having some sort of breakthrough moment with Isis here, or maybe even breaking up with some sort of job or position. But even if you do that, it's, hey, some people got your back here and it's going to be okay. You may have to sign on the dotted line of a will here. And this is, again, you have women here supporting you, Xerxes here supporting you overall. So, women, allies, benefactors will be very good for you to connect with during this time. With ops here in your sixth house, this really wants to bring you some sort of work happiness, some sort of abundance, some sort of prosperity here after maybe things had been kind of rough here overall. And now you might be connecting with lots of people who may want to hire you for services given here. You could have lots of great money coming in, and it's just flowing from things you did from the past and even family members connecting you to this. So it's a 4, 6, 8th house story here overall, which we love. Now, with the 8th and the 12th story trines going on here specifically, Capricorns, you have Diana and Shiva in the 12th house. So Siva, I'm sorry, the destroyer. What do you need to destroy, rebuild, recreate oneself in your spirituality, in your psyche, far off distant shores, lands? There are people asking you for this and signing on some sort of contract negotiation and agreement here in regards of trine, flowy energy, additional money coming in, and sales. Maybe. And with Diana here, this is all about what are you running from specifically overall. And it does feel very spiritual in nature with Sagittarius. This could be a lot of divine downloads, spiritual enlightenments, awakenings, channeling not only the dead, with this being the death house, but spiritual enlightenment, spirits on the other sides here. And that could be a really big money takeoff for you specifically. So I would really say take some time this Mercury retrograde, practice your gifts, come up with a plan, and do what feels right for you in the home setting space here. Some of you could be opening up some sort of business with that here. And you're going to get a lot of gains from this specifically, and other people are really going to love what it is that you are doing, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. And again, this could also be more of spirituality, but this is figuring out potentially what kind of, spiritual entrepreneur you might be with the 12th, the 8th, what services you want to give, and how can you still maybe have like home, time for yourself at home and everything like that. So it's kind of balancing this out with this being the night chart, and there could be some things that are hidden in the subconscious or the psyche here. So write down your dreams, pay attention to them, because you could be receiving tons of breakthrough messages too. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, let me know what resonates in the comments below. Help the channel grow, like this video, and definitely check out Astrosex 1 and 2. Would love to have you if you are curious about those programs and wanting to be a part of it and work with me for 14 weeks and get tons of bonuses too. I love you, Cappies. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign here. And let's talk about you. Mercury is in your 7th house of committed relationships, romance, business partnerships. This is also love. This is marriage. Some of you could sign, legal agreement to get married here, a business agreement. This is also the house of like therapists, a, therapist contract here specifically. This could be a lot of business opportunities that you hear about when it comes to creativity and really taking action forward and putting yourself out there. This could be some clients here who, an audience marketplace, who come to you and, work with you with contracts and agreements. So you'll really have to work on that. Social media is going to be really big for you as a marketing tool and plan with the 7 to 3 stories. Some of you might need to really, or some of you might be talking about like nurturing yourself or taking care of yourself. You might be talking about mother stories here specifically, and how that impacted the relationships, with the marriage partner, with your friends, with business people here overall. I don't know, maybe you heal the mother wound here specifically, and boom, you're going to talk about that on social media overall. This is also aunts, uncles, nieces, cousins, siblings, nephews, but Xerxes is a mother archetype, so that's why I mention it here. It could be good for you to move forward with that, take action on it, or some of you could be seeking out a guide, a guru, a therapist here to move forward on any healing with this. It's going to be really good for you specifically here. This is also sales, social media, marketplace here. So there could be some agreements that pop off from something that you do here online specifically overall. You have Mercury flowing to the fifth here, to Venus. So, fifth house is romance, dating, creativity, joyfulness, happiness. This is child energy, pregnancy, romance, sexual hookup. So, careful if you don't want to get pregnant right off the bat. Okay, you have a packed fifth house here specifically. Xerxes is also asking you to create through magic, and this could be a really good time to work with sexual energy, gods, goddesses, deities, whatever. If you need help with that, we can always do a birth chart reading and see where those land for you and how that shows up for you. And Isis here is really asking you, what are the things that you need to break up with, be it a partnership, dating, romance, creativity, a creative entrepreneurial endeavor, in order to maybe have some sort of breakthrough of more money and more abundance here overall that's going to make you happier. Is there something that you've been creating that's not working overall that now Mercury's saying, hey, let's do it differently this time because there's this nice flow energy here overall where you kind of have, this third to fifth to seventh house stories. This is inner child healing. This is the another house of children again, and this is also the house of like business and therapists and romance and spouses partnerships. For some of you that are entrepreneurs, this is something where you might have a lot of opportunities moving forward. Pick the ones that feel right for you, that you love doing, and that will bring you money and contracts here specifically. So, with the 11th house here, there's been things that you've maybe done in the past from allies, benefactors, connections that maybe haven't paid off that could be coming back around this time to pay off here with this trine with Mercury. So, pay attention to people from your past that maybe you've let go of, especially if they have some good news here and they want to support you in career or love or dating endeavors here in romance and these houses. So, you have a lot of relational energies that are activated during this Mercury retrograde season and time. This could also be with this trine, like recreating yourself and, maybe coming out and putting yourself out there specifically and telling people like how it is you recreated yourself. Siva, did you rebrand something here overall? Is this did you get married to someone? Did you go into business with someone or a friend here? There could be opportunities for that in the future, or an ally or a benefactor here. And with Diana specifically, you need to ask yourself, what is it that you are running away from when it comes to contracts, negotiations, agreements? For some of you, you might be marriage free or child free, and that could be changing soon in the future here for those that want that. For others of you, this is kind of trying to really think about what past hopes, dreams, wishes have I put on the back burner, not really focused on, and what is it that I think about this now with the 11th to the 7th house story? And you're going to have some sort of opportunity because trines are harmonious. They are definitely at times to really allow things to flow from one another and each other. So you're going to have this opportunity during Mercury retrograde to really think about these endeavors here. So, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, let me know what resonates in the comments below. Help the channel grow. Go to stayshameless.com if you are interested in Astro Sex 1 and 2. Would love to have you be a part of the community and the programs while they are still 90% off this year in 2025. Cheers. Pisces, last but not least, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Mercury retrograde is going to be in your sixth house. This is health, day-to-day routines, your habits, services you give to others, coworkers, colleagues. This is like your work house. Is there some sort of new work contract negotiation agreement that maybe you hear from a motherly like figure in your family, or even multiple here with the gains of with the second here with Xerxes wanting to bring you more money, or a supervisor or someone that's like a motherly figure in career, but also Venus in the house of mothers here specifically. So you're definitely being supported, by motherly figures during this time, by women specifically here overall. So there could be a nice flow of this. This could also be maybe, a family member, a friend telling you about like, let's do this physical health routine together here, or let's, work on these new healthier habits for ourselves here. So there's a lot of good things that want to happen with this. With the second to sixth stories, this is more money that could be coming to you from a motherly figure here overall, or maybe even someone that you work with. I could see this potentially being like a bonus at work with something that you do, or maybe if you have your own business, this is like more money potentially coming to you. Some of you could be working from home or get a work from home position off of this as well. And it's something that's easier than you thought. And you're like, wow, finally, we got this contract and agreement here. With Xerxes, definitely take some time to work on your manifestations out of home space. Get an altar here in regards of what you want for love and what you want to create when it comes to family, when it comes to home. You could be getting a home office, redecorating, doing some sort of agreement. There could be some sort of contract negotiation. Maybe you're going to sell your home in the next 6 months off of this retrograde as well. This is transmutation with energy. So allow yourself to put it into something good for yourself, be at work, be at your home. And Isis is really challenging you to think about, do I need to break up maybe with a home setting here, or do I have a breakthrough, or is there something like a breakthrough family general like wounding pattern here that can now be healed here? Venus wants to bring you a lot of love and money, so you could also potentially um, get connected to people if you are dating or single through the fourth house of family members and friends. With ops here, this is like bringing you more happiness on the home front, or even spending time with family members during this time and kind of communicating, hey, let's get together, like maybe after work and, my treat, let's meet up. Or someone could be doing that for you, you doing that for them. You have Diana and Siva in the 10th house of the career gains here. So Siva's asking you a little bit about in your career, what is the thing that you want to do to recreate yourself here, rebrand your career? Talking about certain things in negotiation contracts agreements, and now might be a good time to really look back at those things if there are certain things from the services or work that you give to others, higher ups, bosses, employees here, to go through those contracts and agreements if there's certain things that you don't like. And then maybe after the retrograde is over, have conversations with bosses in regards to this. With Diana here, this is all about asking, what are you running away from in career and work responsibilities? Is there a conversation that needs to be happen? Or I think there is. I mean, there's a conversation that needs to happen and be had when it comes to career endeavors here, specifically of like what it is you don't really like. And your bosses and employers maybe, on board with this over the next 6 months and more supportive than you actually think. You might be like, okay, I tried this career task, whatever, and this was just not something that it didn't work out for me. And they're like, cool, we're so happy you told us, rather than continuing like with that task or that idea. And for some of you, by doing that, they might actually promote you to something better that you are good at here. This could also be a time after retrograde is over to maybe look at a pay raise, negotiations here. You do have money. So it's like these energies want to support you here overall, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. So you will have to let me know what resonates in the comments below. Shameless Squad, Pisces, definitely like this video too. Drop me a heart down below too. Go to stayshameless.com if any of you are interested in Astrosex 1 and 2. These programs are going to be starting in September, Sexual Health and Wellness Month. And I'm just so excited. But this retrograde season with Mercury retrograde, there's some really great things that are happening. So I really encourage all of you to take the time to reflect on the things that we talked about in this video here. Come back, watch it as much as you need. But I would also recommend to like make sure you're getting the support in what you need in the areas of your life. Like I said, retrograde energies, I see more people isolating rather than like connecting and being around community in a sense that can be very supportive. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things when we go through retrogrades, when we reevaluate, we reflect. We don't want shameful advice from people. We want helpful feedback, even if we ask for that. So I would just say be mindful of giving people unsolicited advice during that time, because that may be why they kind of isolate, Shameless Squad. So be careful and mindful of how you communicate. Be mindful of how you show up during this Mercury retrograde, and be mindful of like who those souls are that feel like family, feel like home, that feel supportive, and that do want to connect with you in regards of all these things that you might be growing through and going through. Okay. So Shameless Squad, I love you. Make sure to like, subscribe, drop me a heart down in the comments below. The turquoise blue is my favorite. If you're interested in Astro Sex 1 and 2, hurry up, book your consultation, boo. So I can get you all the info ASAP with your decks and everything, 90% off. You also get to learn how to do these reads in the future for people in regards of astrosexuality, relationships, intimacy, love, life, pleasure. So can't wait to have you there. I love you. As always, stay tuned for more and stay shameless.